Richard.
How are you?
Welcome to my office. I'm Nissa. I'm a nurse practititioner.
Okay.
I'm here doing therapy with you, and if you think you need any medications, we can talk about that some other time. But this will just be, it's our first appointment, so I just want to learn a little bit about you.
Okay.
So what brings you into the office today?
Well, I almost wish that I brought my wife here because this is kind of like a marital couples issue.
Okay. All right.
But it's impacting me because I guess that I'm the only one working and I'm now having issues with insomnia. So you're talking about medications, maybe I can get something to help me sleep because I need to work because I'm the only one working. And it's just very stressful, things are breaking down.
Okay. Okay, so why did you come by yourself and without your wife this time?
Well, we had this 14-month-old baby, you know.
Congratulations.
Well, she wanted the child.
Oh, okay.
I feel bad saying that, but you know, I thought things were great the way that they were, and now she's always taking care of the baby. She may quit her job, which adds more stress onto me, and you know, I'm the sole breadwinner, and I work at this computer company, you know, as a marketing manager, and it's just very, very stressful, and now I'm not sleeping at night.
Okay. Now, we can talk about some medications for insomnia later, but for right now, I have a few questions for you. So, was the decision for your wife to stay home a mutual decision, or was that something that...
Oh, no, she decided that on her own.
Okay, so how did that come about?
Well, she felt the baby needed her, and also she didn't want to miss out on any of these milestones.
Right.
So she wanted to be there, and to some degree, I didn't think that was necessarily a bad idea. But I mean, you seem to be a level-headed, educated person. Does it make any sense to you to be a stay-at-home mom and still pay for a nanny?
Wow. Well, I mean, I know some people do that, but how do you feel about it?
I feel it's not necessary. If she's working and we need a babysitter, you know, we can have a nanny or daycare or something like that. But if she's not working, then her job should be to stay at home and take care of her family. So.
Well, what does she say about that?
Well, what she's been saying about that is she sits home, plays with our child, little Joshua, while the babysitter changes diapers and does all that other stuff.
And meanwhile, you feel like you're kind of pushed off to the side? You were saying she spends all her time with the baby and you liked how things were before? Tell me a little more about that.
Well, ever since the baby, you know, just kind of, she started focusing more on the baby and less on me. And, which, I don't know, it's kind of, she wants to spend all this time with the baby, and why, if she wants to spend all this time with the baby, is she negatively financially impacting the household by having this babysitter? And I'm still not getting any attention or whatever. I'm being told that, you know, I have one baby to take care of, so you're a grown man, why can't you fix yourself something to eat, you know? And I come home after being stressed out all day, I don't want to hear that. I'm like, why am I even there?
Have you tried talking to her about any of this?
No, she doesn't understand. She's kind of immature. She was pampered by her by her parents. And they had a little bit of money, and
I see.
I think that they had nannies at her house and all that. So
to her that's normal, and to you it's excessive.
I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, I come from a pretty well-educated family, and they worked hard all their life, and you know they made very good money, and then I try to also get a good job. And I have a brother that's also very successful. He kind of does something like what you do. He's a physician, and we work hard. We make good money, but we work hard. And I just don't understand this, I don't know, princess treatment that she's expecting.
what was she like before the baby was born?
She was a little more caretaking of me, I'll admit, and I appreciated that.
Uh-huh.
And then ever since the baby, I've been kind of pushed off to the side.
Mm-hmm. And was she working full-time before the baby was born?
She was working full-time, and we have similar careers.
Okay,
Where
what did she do?
she's a computer animation artist.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm. So she did really good.
Uh-huh.
Actually, how we met was we worked together at a job, and I was kind of the office manager, and one thing led to another.
How long have you guys been together?
7 years.
Wow, okay.
7 long years.
So you didn't have a child right away, you waited for a while, you had
little while.
your relationship established.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your job. You're saying it was very stressful?
Well, it's kind of hard to narrow down to a specific, but I'm in charge of all the marketing of all the products in our office, the software is coming out. So if I feel like I'm juggling a lot of balls, there's a lot of balls in the air, and anytime one of them falls, it's my fault. So it feels like I'm looking over at everybody's shoulder, because I feel like my boss is looking over my shoulder, and it's just very stressful. And we're in a recession, and the sales are down, and they just went through a round of layoffs, and I had to inform some of the people that I really liked, and they were pretty good workers that because of seniority they had to go.
That's tough.
And I'm afraid that my whole department might close down, which would leave me kind of in a tough situation without a job. And I guess even thinking a little bigger, I don't even know if the company's going to be able to survive. We're just going through very rough times.
Wow.
And it's just very stressful. And then to come home, I work in stress, and then I come home to stress, and I only can relax, a couple times a week when I go out with the motorcycle club,
Okay.
A group of, some people I went to high school with, and, some people dropped out and other people were added, but, a group of friends, but it's like the only time I feel relaxed.
Okay. So before the baby was born, did you feel support at home from your wife?
I did until we got married, and then I can't tell you when and where, but just little by little, the relationship eroded away. Okay. And I just took that to be normal. I was like, well, we're married now, so this is the way things are, but it seemed to have drastically changed with the birth of our child.
Okay. Well, I know that happens for a lot of people, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily normal, especially if it's something that you're feeling you're missing in your life now. So have you tried talking to her about any of these issues?
Well, when I tried to talk to her, she kind of minimizes things and says that I'm making a big deal out of nothing.
Okay. So she minimizes what exactly?
She minimizes when I tell her what I believe to be a fact, that she's not spending so much time with me, and then it may erupt into an argument where she says, well, I have to take care of this baby, and then I'll go tit for tat with her, and like, well, you got a babysitter, and then she'll come back, well, you're not helping me, and then nothing gets resolved. It's just a whole lot of yelling, and then I feel even more alone at that time. So
maybe one of the things we can work on in therapy is some communication skills for you to try out.
Okay.
So that you can maybe get your needs met by getting your feelings across a little better in a way that won't end up with a fight, hopefully.
Maybe, but I mean, you can teach me how to communicate all day long, but if she just, can't hear it because, I don't know, like I said, maybe it would have been better if she would have came maybe instead of me, because she just has a lot of...
Is she interested in coming to therapy? Would she be willing to do that?
Well, she comes from a different culture.
Okay.
So she believes that weak people go and get counseling.
I see. That must make this tough.
Yeah, so I don't know, and also she was very sheltered and pampered by her family, so in a lot of ways, I think she's immature, and it negatively impacts our communication. So I
Okay.
communicate just fine.
Okay, so then maybe what we'll need to do is kind of focus on, since we know that maybe she has some problems with working on things in therapy, maybe we should just focus on your part of these issues.
Okay,
Okay, does that sound like something we could do?
I think so.
Okay, so our time is up for this session, but I'd like to see you back in a week if that works for you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, great, we'll make an appointment.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay.